Hi, this is Rabbi Kravitz from Jews For Judaism. Welcome back to our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Ki Tavo. The chapter begins with saying, V'hayo Ki Tavo el haaretz asher Hashem Elokecha noisen lecha. When you will come to the land that the Lord your God has given to you. Well, obviously, God has been promising the Jews the land of Israel for many years while they wandered in the desert. What does this exactly mean when you come into the land that the Lord has given you? What is the spiritual connection to that verse? So you could translate it based on the Hasidic masters as, when you will come to the land that the Lord led you to. Not that he led you through the desert, but this was the intended place where you were meant to arrive. And the Baal Shem Tov, the holy Baal Shem Tov, he taught that this is the foundation of the concept of divine providence, which is known in Hebrew as hashgacha pratit. Wherever a person goes, wherever they end up, it was meant to be, and God wanted them there so that they should achieve something spiritually meaningful. And this is also what we see in the words of King David in the book of Psalms, where David said, Me Hashem mitzadei gever kononu, that the footsteps of men are established by God. So when we end up someplace, we shouldn't think that it was simply by coincidence, that there was no purpose in it. If you make a wrong turn on the road and you end up somewhere and you might be upset that you're late, don't think simply that it's an accident. Think that there must be a reason. And then when you get to that place at the appointed time that you arrive, realize that there was a purpose for that and maybe something meaningful will happen. I can personally tell you that I have seen so many examples in my life of events that happened that were unexplainable, that I was brought to a place and a time and something happened, and it had to be only that I was seeing that God led me there. I often tell people the story that I was in Israel and I was driving from the north of Israel to the south through many different directions, and all of a sudden my wife and I saw an accident where a young girl was hit by a car. Everybody froze. They didn't know what to do. I was fortunate enough that I had the clear head to run over to this girl. And after I noticed that and checked that her heart was not beating, I was able to do, together with another person named an Israeli, to do CPR, and we actually brought this girl back to life, and she's now living a very happy and healthy life in Israel. It's interesting, the Israeli turned to me and said, I was not supposed to be at this place. I travel back and forth between Tel Aviv and Haifa every day for work, and I never turned right onto this road where this accident took place. And when I did it, I couldn't understand. So he asked me, how did I end up here? I said, if you weren't supposed to be there and I'm coming from Los Angeles, how was I supposed to be here? It wasn't meant to be, it seems. But actually, everything is directed by Hashem. We can't understand why that girl got hit by the car, but we can understand that if we were brought to that spot at that moment, it's by divine providence, and we were meant to intervene and try to save her life, which fortunately we did. So we should celebrate the opportunity that we have in our lives to see divine providence where God actually touches us. And we can actually feel that personal, holy relationship with God. And Shabbos is a great time to experience it also. So I wish you a wonderful and beautiful and meaningful Shabbat Shalom.